and good evening. We've got Nicki Greenham here back again for the Blandford Literary Festival. Fantastic. You're going to be doing a session on Saturday, the 8th of March at 12:10. Tell us a little bit more about that, and then we're going to talk about all the other marvellous stuff that you do, Nicki.
Okay, thank you. Lovely to be here again. So the session we're going to do is a journaling and meditation workshop called Best Year Yet. So the idea is that this is really going to help you get clear on what you'll want to do this year, any goals that you specifically want. But crucially, we're also going to look at what might be getting in the way of those goals. So we're going to be using a guided meditation journey so you can tune into your intuition and just see what might be getting in the way. What can we help you with to clear things? And then also some just really good smart planning. So, it's all very well having these ideas, but time and energy kind of get in the way. So it's like,
Yeah.
how can we achieve particularly the creative goals, the things that are really in our hearts, not the everyday things, but the things that are secretly whispering to us in our hearts? How can we make time, find the energy to get those done without overwhelm,
Yeah.
without that sense of guilt or failure? How can we get proactive to really shine and
Yeah.
embrace what we want to do this year?
And I do imagine there's so many people, me myself, I think I've spoken to you about this already, that finding that time or getting in, being tired of it, oh, I just no, like you say, no
Yeah, it's
energy.
hard.
And I'd imagine there's all of us get like that. So this sounds perfect, absolutely perfect. And it's a nice
Absolutely.
hour-long session that you're doing. So,
Yes.
and you're going to
We're gonna be,
talk about meditation. You're mixing that in as well.
yeah, we're going to be starting with a guided meditation. And then if anyone's ever been in, you don't have to, have to know about meditation to join in. It's just almost like a story journey, which just helps you tap into your subconscious where all your answers are so that you can get out of your way and start going, oh, okay, I didn't realize that might have been blocking what I was trying to do, or, oh, this sounds like a good way forward. So it's just a way of just tapping into that subconscious inner part of you that knows the answers. So yeah, no meditation experience is needed.
That's
And if
brilliant.
you've never journaled before, that's not a problem either. Journaling, I find incredibly useful. I use it a lot with my coaching because again, it's tapping into that subconscious level beyond all the worries about time or energy
Hmm.
or things that are happening. And you just tap into that subconscious and it can really help give you the answers that you're looking for to
Yeah.
move forward. Um, for anyone that hasn't journaled before, it's literally subconscious writing, essentially.
Hmm.
So you're given plenty of prompts and questions, and we're just going to be noting down. There's not lots of writing, we're just noting down anything that comes up that you want to remember or seems significant.
Yeah.
We'll have plenty of time to talk it through, to share our experiences with what's going on. But hopefully by the end of it, you'll leave feeling empowered with that sense of clarity that we all have these secret dreams and life just gets in the way
Yeah.
of all.
Yeah.
This is like a practical session to go, what is it that's really in your heart? Um if you didn't have any responsibilities and you had endless time and money and energy, what's the thing? And then we look at, okay, that's not the case. You have got responsibilities. You do
Yeah.
need to earn money. You have got other family and whatever that you need to sort out. So how can we take practical steps to getting that done?
Yeah.
Without that overwhelm, without that guilt of I should be doing something else, or I am doing it, but I'd rather be doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That push me, pull you situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, practical steps to help you to feel empowered this year and start doing the things that you want to do.
That sounds fantastic. Really exciting. And I know that ticket sales are just going super fast. So people,
Great.
if they need to, there really are only a few tickets left. I know that we've put a few more tickets out there to sort of add to the numbers. After viewing the Woodhouse Gardens, we realise actually it's a little bit bigger than you think.
Oh,
So
great. I was
we're
really
but
looking forward to the day. It's some really great talks and things going on.
and hopefully we'll have this beautiful blue skies as well. So it's a lovely venue with a beautiful garden. So
Mm.
people can take some time afterwards to just have a little wander around as well
Yeah.
and just,
Yeah.
enjoy spring starting to spring, I suppose. Um,
Great, isn't it? It's wonderful. No, it's summer. Summer sun is coming out.
So, how have you been though, Nikki, since last November, since you were last on with us? I mean, remind us about all these incredible things that you do.
Yeah, so I run a monthly creative healing circle online. And this again taps into this experience of having all these dreams that getting into painting, maybe finishing writing the book. Everyone's got a book inside them that
Yeah.
never quite seems to surface for various reasons. And we've had musicians and we've had all sorts of people coming, always that common theme of there's something I want to do creatively and it's not getting done for
Mm.
whatever reason. And it sort of simmers away until you finally wake up one day. Often at the beginning of the year with New Year's resolutions, you've got that clean
Yeah,
slate.
yeah.
People don't send as many emails in January, so you've got that free head to go, that's the thing. But yes, the creative healing circle is sort of a structure. It's a lovely, friendly community. We meet 3 times a month for healing sessions, for planning sessions, and creative art sessions. And so people come to rediscover their creativity essentially. And it gives you that structure that you can check in with the community and you can actually move towards the things you want to do without that feeling of overwhelm.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of communities and coaching setups. I mean, I've done them, courses and books where something gets in the way after you start, and then you feel guilty because you're not doing the course
Yeah.
because you were guilty because you weren't doing the other thing, and it
Yeah.
just gets in the way. So this is designed that you don't have to turn up to any of it, but you can choose to turn up to the sound healing sessions, which release the blocks, creative blocks you in your subconscious. You might just turn up. I've got a few people that just turn up to the Wild Soul art dates.
Yeah.
Um, they're amazing for tapping into your subconscious. And, if you're kind of neurodiverse or you're the kind of creative person that likes writing and art and making music and modeling or craft, we enjoy all of it.
Yeah.
And quite often we're asked to fit into a box professionally of I make art or I am a writer, whatever.
Yeah.
But actually, there's something inside that wants to play with all of it.
Yeah.
So the Wild Soul art dates are specifically designed like come along, bring all the stuff and
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah.
It's very much about process, it's about playing, it's about reconnecting with your heart and what's inside. And it's no focus on the end product, it's the journey and the process that we're interested in.
Right,
That
okay, that's
connection.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is interesting
Yeah.
because actually that is a massive part of it, isn't it? That
That's why
whole
we do it,
process.
isn't it? That's why we
Yeah,
start doing it,
yeah,
certainly, because
absolutely.
it's playing. But I
Yeah,
think quite often social media and how's it going to look on Instagram, or if you're doing it professionally,
yeah,
you're worried about is it going to look good? Is anyone going to buy it? Do I have to
mm,
keep doing the same thing over and over again because that's what sells?
yeah,
All of those kind of things. So yeah, the Wild Soul Art Day is a little pocket of time out of time where you can just turn up and just play again.
yeah, yeah.
So what happens if I get the oil paints out that have been in the cupboard for 6 years? Happens if I write a poem. And we've had some amazing stuff coming up, just
Yeah,
just from play.
yeah. Which we forget to do as we get older, don't we?
That's it.
No?
That's exactly it. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if I'm honest, I think even with children, they sort of had the window of opportunity of play is getting smaller and smaller. What with nurseries sort of being, you've got to tick this box, got to tick that box. So I think it's
That's
really
it.
important to you know, not reinvent, but just go back to how that freedom of playing. So I think that's an incredible thing that you're doing, as always. It's just
Well,
fantastic.
it's fun because
Mm.
I set it up and I get the way I've structured it, I get to turn up and play at the same time. So
Yeah, yeah,
it works because it's really helped me unblock and get creative and share things. So yeah, and we also meet the third session we do is called the Make It Happen planning meetup,
yeah. All right.
which is a community of lovely conscious souls. And we turn up every month to celebrate what we've actually achieved
Yeah,
and to make plans for the month ahead. And again, it's working intuitively. And we all turn up and think, oh, didn't do what I said I'd do last
yeah.
month. It didn't happen. It happens to everybody. But then we go, okay, so what did you do instead? Because it's the journey
Mm.
getting there that will give you the answers. What is getting in the way? Where did you sort of go, oh, actually, this is more interesting. I'll do that. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, it's fascinating, and it's just a lovely supportive space.
Mm.
You have the same people meeting every month. So you just have that sense of community, which is lovely.
And it's all done online, I
It's all
presume.
online,
Yeah,
yeah,
which is
which I get
fantastic.
very excited about because we've had people from South Africa
Oh,
and
wow.
France and also it's fantastic.
Because
Yeah,
actually, sometimes the barrier being, I haven't got time to get to wherever a session is being held. So if it's online, it's like, you know what? I can afford that hour or that 2 hours to just,
that's
it's
it's that
fantastic.
nurturing, and if you want to come in your pajamas, come in your pajamas. We don't mind. It's fine. In
Brilliant.
fact, the
So
sound
relaxed.
healing, yeah, the sound healing, I'm actively encouraging pajamas because it's a bedtime sound bath. So it's like, turn your camera off, just show up for yourself. This is the thing, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Especially this time of year, it's you don't want to go out at night and you don't have to. You can just sit in your comfy chair with your
Yeah.
pens or your sequins or your clay, whatever you want to play with,
Yeah.
and it's just a nice, gentle step back to the heart, back to creative.
Brilliant. That sounds perfect. And you said yourself that you get to play as well. So what about
Yeah.
your art? What's happening there? What are you up to? Where are you showing all your work, your exhibitions? Have you got any?
Yeah, so we've got a big exhibition coming up with Open Studios across Dorset this year. So that's coming up in a couple of months' time. So I'm going to be exhibiting on Portland at the Royal Manor
Oh,
Theatre.
fabulous. My favorite place.
Yeah, yeah.
Brilliant.
So that'll be really nice. Yeah, and generally, I always find the beginning of this month is a very necessary sort of hibernating time,
Mm,
especially this year for some reason. January and February were very much just taking time to get nurtured
mm,
and nourished and slow.
mm.
And I think quite often we think that's sort of failing, like we should be producing or doing or something, but
Yeah, yeah.
more
Especially like
than
you said, when you do your New Year's resolutions, you feel that January you should be plowing into doing
that's
stuff. But
it.
you're right. This year I felt very much need to slow down, a far more calmer start to the year. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you're absolutely right. Sorry,
It's,
what was
it's
you saying?
no, I'm just saying,
Oh,
I've
brilliant.
spoken to a lot of people like you're saying, and it's
Mm,
been a real thing this year that we've had
mm,
those 2 months where someone likened it to, if you imagine, if we look to nature, for example, it is that time when there's a lot of work going on under the soil with the
yeah,
plants, preparing, working out what you want to do, taking that time, ready so you can burst out when the sun's shining, and March does have more of that feeling of, oh, okay, I'm ready to begin. I
yeah,
think for a lot of people this year, we've really had to honor that downtime
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's as important, the foundations, the roots, the nurturing the seeds of the ideas, and just going into that space and sitting there. It's a really important part of the creative process.
yeah.
I think without it, we, we don't have those firm foundations of
No.
what where we want to go.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it as well. So you're going to be showing it is that the open arts? It's across Dorset. Is there lots of different
That's it.
locations? So
That's
people
it.
will you advertise obviously, I presume, on your website for that as well as
Yes,
social?
I've got an events page, nickygreenham.com/events. All everything's on there.
Yeah.
That's coming up, all the different sessions that we're doing online and things. There's some free workshops, free journal downloads, all sorts of things. So
Mhm. Yeah,
quite a
yeah,
goodie
we
bag
need
of
to have a
stuff.
little look at that. And any particular theme that you're working on this year with your art? Any themes?
Honestly, I haven't got, my art is very slow at this time of year, and I've come to respect that.
Yeah.
As the weather warms up, because I paint a lot outside,
Yeah.
I think, So yeah, I'm not heading outside this year, but not yet. Too cold for paint. But I did go to an amazing event in Dorchester, which was a costumed life drawing event. So,
Okay.
most life drawing is sort of naked people, which is great for getting the body and anatomy. But I find the costumed ones more interesting.
Yeah.
And so, because it was beginning of February, and the model, amazing model, and she was wearing this huge wedding dress, super ruffled wedding dress.
Wow.
And so we got to draw her in all these positions, which basically went along the lines of hopeful bride to jilted bride lying on the
Oh my
floor. It was
gosh,
fabulous.
wow.
So
Yeah.
there's, there's a story, I love having the stories with the
Yeah.
writing and stuff, and it's bound up with that. So I just find that more exciting. So yeah, just taking time to get back into sketching
Hmm.
at the moment
Yeah.
and seeing what projects come this
Yeah.
way. We've got another project that we're just as a group of us looking into at the moment called Final Journey,
Right.
which is going to be a fascinating um, meditation, just thinking about what is our final journey into, passing over, what do we take with us, what do we leave behind, when does that journey start, kind of thing.
Wow.
Yes, that's going to be really interesting. It's opening up
Yeah.
a lot of discussion on the
Yeah.
subject.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That does sound interesting. Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, you've got loads going on at the moment. I don't know how you have time to talk to me, to be honest with you.
Always lovely to talk to you, Nat.
Oh, thank you, Nicki. Well, let me just remind everybody that if they want to come along and see you, it's this Saturday, Saturday the 8th of March, 12:10 at the Woodhouse Gardens in Blandford as part of the Blandford Literary Festival's International Women's Day, which obviously it's accelerated action is their theme for the year. And I think it sounds perfect what you're doing. It fits that theme perfectly. So, yeah,
Action without overwhelm. I
yes.
think
Yeah,
that's
perfect. Yeah, even better. That's a better theme. They should have gone with that one. That's really well,
yeah,
Nicki, really lovely to chat to you again, as always. And I shall see you on Saturday.
great. I look forward to seeing you then.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.